Hi there guys, in today's video in FlexiPRINT we're going to be looking at the pan view and also the full mode. But before that, let's have a quick intro first. So today's video can be found on softwaretraining.co.za. We make short and easy to watch problem solving videos, and we also have daily updates. Now if we head into FlexiPRINT here, like I mentioned in the intro, we're going to be looking at the pan tool and the full mode. So now the pan tool is very handy if you are, let's say, zoomed in working on a design and you want to pan around. Now the icon or the shortcut for it is over here on the bottom left. I'm just going to zoom in so you can have a better look. It's a little hand, and if we had to hover over this, you'll see the shortcut for that is space. So if I press space, and then we can move around on the design while working, which is very handy. Now in my personal opinion, like with the zoom tool previously I showed you where we set off so it doesn't switch back to the previous tool, in this case I like to do that. So I'll go on this icon, double click it, and then under this setting I'll check the yes mark for resume previous tool after zooming once. Now what this will now do is if I have my pan and we pan, then it's gonna, let's say I had my selection tool, press spacebar, pan, and then you see it switches back to my tool. The reason why I like this is most of the time you're not panning all the time, you're panning a bit, working, panning a bit, working. So now what you can do is you keep spacebar in and you can pan to where you want, and then when you click once it will go back to your tool you were on. Then once again if I move, keep spacebar in, click somewhere and move. So this one, it's way quicker to work than having to switch to the next tool and then switch back to pan, move around, switch around. Unless you know the shortcuts, then it's pretty quick. So then you can just go spacebar, move, and press A to go back to your actual selector. But I prefer setting it to these settings. But yeah, otherwise that is it on the pan, very handy. I'm going to zoom out here so we can have a nice overview again. Maybe zoom in a little bit. So next up now we want to look at our full mode. So if I zoom here to the bottom, last icon here on our actually secondary toolbar, you'll see we've got full mode, and the shortcut for that is Control F. So now what that's going to do, if I click this, it's going to show only the actual outlines of the design. Now we can see here on the right we have a little bit of a problem which definitely needs to be addressed. But yeah, that's not the point of this video, but in any case I just noticed it now. So what we can do with a full outline, full mode, we can actually now see just the outlines of a design. So if we want to know what's going to cut and so forth, this is handy. There's a few options we can use with this one. So if I go on this icon, I double click it, then you'll see we have a few options here. Under preferences, we've got wireframe options. So the first one is show layer color. So if I click this and we go into full mode, it's going to show the color of the layer. So let me just explain how that works. So let's create another shape here. Then let's make another circle perhaps here. Now, if I had to go into full mode, you can see currently they are the same color. So if I go now to our actual design editor, over here we can currently see their layer is set to purple. So now I can set this. Let's just normally you can just double click, but in any case I'm going to go to properties, set this, let's make it red. Now you can see these colors are set to red. Now you could obviously have layers under different layers. So if I go back to that one, let's say we create a new layer, this layer 2, we set this one's fill to something else, maybe it's like a pale green. And under objects, I'm just going to quickly move those two shapes to layer 1. Close that. Now we can see over here under our actual full mode that they are green, because it's a bit hard to see because it's so light, and this one is red. So that's another option you can have. The default is the center one, show full color, and now depending on the actual color that your shapes are, that will show those fills. Okay, we've got the outline here as well. But yeah, otherwise that is it will show this color of your actual full color. So if I had to change this to a different color, let's just make it so there's no border. Let's say we may make it like a purple. And then we go back there. Now you can see that one's purple and these ones are blue according to their color. So that's the defaults on. It's very useful. But then the last option here, which is pretty handy as well, is show path direction. So if I click that, and then we can see now we've got purple, green, purple, green. So now what it comes down to is it's going to show the direction of the path going, whether it's clockwise or counterclockwise. So also it can be handy depending on your needs. If you're going to do cutting on that, then you might want to look at this. Otherwise, I would recommend just keep it on show full color, the default, unless you need a specific outcome. But yeah, otherwise, I know that's a bit of a lot to take in. So we've got our pan tool, which is space, and Control F for our full mode. The pan view obviously is if you're working up close, and the full mode is to preview your actual outlines and that of your design. And like I said, it's handy because now we can see I've got a problem here which needs to be fixed, which I would not have noticed without it. But yeah, otherwise that is it on those two tools. If we head here to softwaretraining.co.za, you guys will notice we've got a variety of different softwares we do cover, and you can also isolate your search on the top right. If you do not however find the training videos you're looking for, just simply go here, request a training video, fill in the mini form, and then we'll do our best to try and make that for you. But otherwise, thanks guys for watching, and cheers.